Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ellison, and once again, I'd like to welcome you back to Ocarina of Time 3D. Last time on the game, we experienced the miracle of spontaneous puberty, and as traumatic as that may have been, we were able to reconnect with some old friends down at Lon Lon Ranch who are blissfully unaware of the fact that we are solely responsible for the fascistic takeover of Hyrule, and I'm sure these gentlemen are probably thrilled at that fact. How's it going, man? I tell you, I saw him. I saw the ghostly figure of Scampe the Gravekeeper sinking into his grave. Yeah, this guy's been drinking too much of the funny juice, and apparently he was holding some kind of treasure. I don't know what he's on, but it's probably no good. Get a load of this asshole. Ever since he escaped from Hyrule Castletown, he's become even more timid. I don't think you know what that word means, my friend, but here in Kakariko, things haven't really changed as dramatically as you would have thought. But let's go and chat it up with some of the villagers and see how they're taking to this incredible new government that has been ruling over them for the past several years. All people have hardships in their past that they would rather no one found out about. I don't know, man. Speak for yourself. Look at the bearded man over there. I bet even someone like him has had his fair share of troubles in the past. Well, that's not very nice. I thought this was your sister, but I guess you don't have a great relationship. Ah, look at him, the man with the beard. He was fired from his job at the ranch. I see. Also, why are you just profiling someone who's sleeping in your house? This is where Talon comes after he's been forcibly ejected from his ranch, and he seems to be pretty thrilled about sleeping with his outside clothes on this communal bed. Well, maybe someone should wake him up and let him know the news, but otherwise this place is not really all that changed. I think even more people come back at night where the food will still not be ready, and it's just a grand time for all. Over here we have the Beggar, and this is a character that was also a banker in Majora's Mask, but also in Hyrule Castletown. And depending on what items you have in a bottle, you could sell them for pretty lucrative prices and even, scam them out a little bit. You can also see we have the bazaar and a potion shop here, but they're virtually unchanged from how they were back in Castletown. I don't think they really even say that much different either. But yeah, times are tough. Them tariffs are just absolutely slaughtering us. So just most of the same stuff. We don't get a discount on that Hylian shield like that good-for-nothing guard was saying, but don't need it because I still got mine. And no one else is really going to be chatting it up in here. So let's go and take a look at the potion shop because, interestingly enough, again, not a whole lot's going to be different here. This guy's still got that same shit-eating grin. An old witch runs the potion shop behind this one. You can get there through the door on the left of the counter. Okay, thank you, I guess. No good deals here for us, but that is a-okay with me. We can sneak on back here, get no juicy gossip, and take a nice little shortcut to Granny's potion shop. And this is something that we're probably not going to deal too much with for right now, for obvious reasons. There's a pretty involved quest involving old Granny Potion Maker shop lady. But the Lost Woods where fairies live is a strange place with many mysterious smells. Okay, So she can't see very well, but her nose still works. Sounds like Pixel in those last years before college. Can't really make out much back there, but it is kind of a cool redesign from the original. I don't know, I just wish that they had done a better job of, everything in Majora's Mask 3D, because the more that I've been playing this game, the more that I realize how much they absolutely dropped the ball on that version. Because this one people still have their fair number of issues with, and that's completely understandable, but it still, remained at its core very similar to the original without going too much out of its way to change things. But, I don't know, Majora's Mask 3D took way too many liberties, and it's just I was so excited for that. By the way, what an annoying person interrupting us like this. Yeah, alright, well, I guess this is their secret sex spot, which is great. Over here we've got ourselves the shooting gallery, and we could go and shoot a couple of shots with our bow, but it's not really going to be worth it until we grab our own. So for now we'll be avoiding that and instead chatting it up with Miss Anju, who apparently is an animal breeder now, and she created the pocket cuckoo, which is a little, I don't know, problematic in this day and age, but it's happy to crow cuckoo, especially when it wakes up a very heavy sleeper. But her cuckoo is not entirely happy right now, so maybe we should hold on to this egg? None of this conversation makes any sense. What is your role on the ethics of, I don't know, eugenics? But it's another pocket egg that will hatch overnight. Sure, I guess I'll hold on to that for you. The main reason why you're gonna want to go to Kakariko Village, and as a result, the graveyard, which Navi is gonna tell us about, is to investigate the ghost of Scampy. But first, I want to grab myself at least one more bug, just in case. We have not been catching our fair share of these, and Touchpad is not doing its fair share of work. So we'll go and take that bug, and we should have honestly looked at this as a child, but this is Dampé's house, and it's pretty sad considering how tiny it is, and it's virtually just a shed. But you can step inside and still enjoy yourself with, oh, his diary. Do we dare? Are we gonna snoop on Scampé? Whoever reads this, please enter my grave. I will let you have my stretching, shrinking keepsake. Oh no. Is that like his last will and testament? He wants someone to rob his grave. You couldn't have just left it here on your very comfy looking bed. Holy hell, he sleeps next to his shovel too. What's the deal with that? Well, I suppose maybe we should go and investigate for obvious reasons. But if you were a child and you decided to plant a magic bean here, at this point, it would have grown into an incredible, thing that will fly us up here and let us grab a piece of heart. There we go, number 11 for that ugly line. So something I didn't mention about the magic bar is that yes, it is oriented just ever so slightly to the left of your first heart and where that row begins. And that is something that has always bothered me, but I don't know why they did that. Anyways, this unceremonious grave belongs to the one, the only, Dampé the Scampé Gravekeeper. aka the most beautiful ghost in all the land. Before we take him on, let's go and grab ourselves a free red rupee and perhaps some bombs, because his challenge is no joke. Yes, am I fast on my feet? He might not look like it, considering he has transformed into a stone pillar, but he's confident in his speed, and he dares us to race him through the crypts of the dead. This feels extremely disrespectful, to say the absolute least, especially because these are supposed to be the royal servants of Hyrule and their final resting place. But essentially, just avoid his flames, and don't get deterred by cash money. We've already done enough grave stealing here, and so long as we follow the purple flames, we should be fine. But we're gonna have to do this race twice and at least grab under a minute to finish off in a good amount of time. Here, I'll meet you on the other side here. He does have like kind of rubber bandy physics, which is really annoying, especially with his flames that just know exactly where they're gonna land. But come on, Navi, get your damn blinking name out of the way. Oh yeah, we're fine. So 55, not the best in the world, but also not the worst, considering the keepsake he's about to give us with the most suggestive, inappropriate description of all time. The shrinking and X-shrinking hook shot. Its spring-loaded chain will pull you to any spot where its hook sticks. Sure sounds pretty cool. And, oh, what is that supposed to mean? Well, thanks for the treasure, I suppose. Let's go and grab it, because this is easily one of the most lucrative items that we could find in the game. It comes as no surprise that the hook shot is the best. You can cast it out to hook things. Well, don't mind if I do. And I guess considering the physics of this thing, we should probably be dead anytime we use it to pull ourselves. But a nice little exploit that we can do here to make things a little easier for ourselves in getting back is hop in and then hop out and phase in and out so that we can go and challenge him once again. Oh, yes, you're gonna give me the same spiel again. He's a ghost and he's just reverted back to his previous I guess, namesake and whatever backup he had. But yeah, I'll just meet you guys at the end, I suppose, because it's more or less the same thing. We don't necessarily need to do it now, but it's just not really the most interesting thing to watch, in my opinion. So yeah, I'll meet you there in 30 seconds. Ah, god damn it. Alright, well, I wasn't able to beat my personal record, but that is a-okay, because so long as we're under a minute, we will still get Scampay's love, which is fantastic. And moving on into the room we would have been in before, we have a Song of Time block. So it's a very good thing that we happened to learn this song, otherwise there would be no escape. So, Song of Time to get rid of these blocks for some reason. If you play it otherwise, it doesn't make them appear anywhere. So, kind of a weird mentality on that front. Okay, and what do you want, Navi? Okay, yes, we're all worried about childhood friends, but I'm making my way through this as quickly as I can. Because, funnily enough, we get spit out at the windmill, and we can go and put our nifty new hookshot to good use. Grab ourselves a piece of heart and chat it up with our favorite man himself, Guru, who apparently has not led a very good life. Yeah, he seems to be caught up on something that happened all those years ago, blaming it on some kid who liked to play the Ocarina at ungodly hours of the night. Well, my friend, I hate to tell you, but he's grown up. And this is, in my opinion, the best song that you learn in this game. But apparently, this strange song messed up the windmill. We've learned the Song of Storms, and we did the sensible thing and played it indoors. Oh boy, this man is about to murder us, and I probably don't want to be anywhere near him when he makes that decision. I do like the way they zhuzhed up the place a little bit. He's got a very candid library along with a drill and just a very personable area compared to the original, but not much beyond that. And even though we're already pretty close tonight, let's just expedite the process just a little bit, you know, just because we can. As it fades tonight, we've got some business to attend to before moving on. Not a whole lot, because everyone mostly just goes inside and minds their own business, as they should. But there is one thing that I'd like to grab before I forget, and I'm pretty sure this wasn't available as a child. So we're gonna go and piggyback clear onto the House of the Skulltula. If we wanted, we could get that 40 rupee reward, but possibly not worth it right now. And instead, here we go. Oh, beautiful. And can we do the backflip? There we go. Our first collection of an adult funny moment. It's great. Technically only 16 years old, but from here, we are going to head down to Lake Hylia, and because it's literally just south from where we are, I'll go ahead and meet you there on Epona's back. I think it's going to be an easy enough ride. Oh no. Well, sadly, we just barely missed witnessing another immaculate miracle of birth within our pockets in the name of a pocket cuckoo, but Lake Hylia has more or less been drained. I don't even know how Ganondorf could have possibly done this. And to make matters worse, the crops are all dead, and there's only one scarecrow here, which, fortunately for us, our friend Banuru is still here, and he remembers us. That's really depressing. And he wants to play us some Elton John tunes, but no, he wants us to play for him. And of course, we all know what it is. Let's play it, baby. This is gonna be pretty important coming up here soon enough. That's the tune, you rock, I'm blown away. Of course I didn't forget it, but his friend Pierre has fulfilled his lifelong dream of wandering, and so, in case we ever need to call him, he will respond to that tune and, you know, bust a gasket. He's gonna flip his shit, and it's gonna be incredible. So there is still a few things we can do here. I'm not gonna bother with a lot of it just because it's not particularly worth it, but if you did plant a magic bean all those years ago, you could take it over here and make your way on top of this roof, but you notice that Navi is acting kind of strange up there, so should we go and play a rockin' tune? We might be able to make our friend Pierre appear. And the purpose of this is to be able to hookshot up to him if you're able to get close enough, which apparently I was able to do. And oh my god, brother! Surprise Gwei attack much? Jesus. Yeah, I actually do want to go up and grab this item up here. And there is a second Gwei that will normally try to make your life hell, but fortunately, it did not elect to do that this time. Look, you just clear up there. Are you really just gonna? Okay, that's fine. Well, the bisexual lighting is about to hit, but we can grab ourselves another piece of heart, and I'm gonna meet you guys back in Kokiri Forest because that is where Navi has been nagging us to go all this time. And you do want to make sure that it's night when we get there, otherwise you're probably gonna be in a pretty bad place. But I will go ahead and meet you guys there, I suppose, and hopefully not get caught on little corners in the ground. Okay, so that honestly wasn't that bad of a ride. It's pretty close by, but unfortunately, the state of Kokiri Forest is not looking great. We are immediately greeted by a goddamn big Deku Baba and his friend and lover, a Deku Scrub, who is honestly not very good at his job. Monsters have overrun the village, and this is just not a great place to be. All of the children are hiding inside, and, well, I guess you're just gonna go and nut on your friend there. Here, let me just do this. There we go. So, hookshot's a pretty good way of taking care of those guys, and these guys will just drop loads upon loads of nuts. Now, if you remember, when we had spoken to Malin and she gave us our most incredible treasure of all for beating her obstacle course, she said she'd have it delivered to our house. How she knew where we lived is a mystery, but she gives us a freaking cow. Infinite milk / money here with Epona Song if you really want. It's kind of insane actually, and I can very much appreciate this, but keep in mind that knowing that this cow is here is pretty important for randomizers and things of that sort. So let's go ahead and probably just make our way clear back over to the Lost Woods. There's not a whole lot that we need to converse with the kids about. I am a DNI type of person. If somebody under the age of 18, even 21 tries to talk to me, I will just blow them off. I'm sorry, I'm too old to care about what kids think nowadays. But we have a couple here. Hello. This is Mido's house, isn't it? You didn't have any problems entering the forest, mister. Did the meanies out there bother you? Before the GDT died, you wouldn't see things like that around here. It's that stinking Elfson kid who went and murdered him. Now there's just dangerous monsters out there for days. Yeah. I guess you kids are just as bigoted as the rest of them. Open the schools, damn it. Or maybe just clear the monsters. But let's go and make our way up. And you can't buy anything in the shop, and everyone basically has the same dialogue, regardless of what you care to know about them, but just gonna snag you. And once upon a time, when we had come here before, there's Octoroks here? Oh no. Yeah, well there's a patch of soil down there that we could have planted a magic seed in, and it would take us into that nook with, I think, it looks like 25 rupees. Not necessarily worth it. I'd rather just have the spare, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Interestingly enough, some Gossip Stones have new secrets. If we go ahead and play the Song of Storms right in front of this one, and maybe a couple of others, we might find ourselves something pretty neat. Oh, another magic fairy spawned in a grotto. This works for me, baby. Are we gonna get some roops? I certainly hope so. But we've got a red rupee, which is good, and even more of these damn things that will not aid us on our journey. Damn. Okay, well, in case you really wanted some more shenanigans, you'll be fine. It's 1 in the morning, which is great. But let's go and make our way into the Lost Woods and see exactly what's changed here. Spoilers, not a whole lot. If you had not played Saria's song or given the Skull Kid the mask, he would be here wreaking havoc on your ass. He becomes hostile and he will attack you. He's easily the scariest non-mini boss / boss enemy that you will find in this game because he bum rushes you and he does a lot of damage. I don't know why he becomes so aggressive, but if you manage to kill him, he drops a golden rupee worth 200, so might be worth holding off on getting that piece of heart if you really wanted to. Plus we have this here, which will go ahead and take us back to Hyrule Field if we let it. Honestly, I just don't trust these plants, but it's there in case we might need it. And you might have noticed that there's a strange fellow here who seems to be drinking away his worries. I don't think we want his attention, Navi. Let's just leave him to sulk in peace, why don't we? And we will go and make our way through the forest once again, just as we had all those years ago. So we could go to Goron City, not gonna worry much about that. And actually, no, we have to go on the other side here. Because we want to get back to the Hidden Meadow, but Mido, the classic bully, is gonna be dancing in place, doing his justified jig, protecting everything beyond this point from strange invaders. And you know what? Good for him. Who do you think you are? That Kokiri-like clothing won't fool me. By the way, green is a very uncreative color, and Saria said that, well, she actually didn't say anything. He takes it upon himself not to let anybody pass. So, of course, we gotta give him proof, irrefutable evidence that we are friends, and, of course, that means playing her theme song. Oh yeah, the melody that just plays in the back of your head constantly. Of course I know Saria. But that is a song she taught only to her friends, and if you think about it, she didn't teach it to us until after we had a fairy and after we came back with the Ocarina. And that's a little suspicious, right? So where on the totem pole are we in terms of friendship here? Anyway, he just goes and stomps off and lets us go about our business clear over here. So this is the Hidden Meadow, and again, magic beans sprouted down here will go ahead and bring us to this upper ledge, which will have another Skulltula. So let's go and take this one for the road. And I don't think there's any other way for us to get up here. I'm pretty sure this tree just doesn't matter to any semblance of physics, which is great. But let's go and make our way to the Sacred Meadow, which I believe is just hopscotch and a flip clear over here. And we can go take a right at the grotto over here. And things are gonna be a little tricky here. So you'll notice that Navi freaks out on the top there. And something that we did not do the first time we were here was bust open this hole in the ground. This is another secret grotto that we can appreciate for all of its worth. And we can get some classic combat in here. So we're gonna be fighting a couple of Wolfos. Right? Did the other one not spawn? Freaking weirdo. So just let it attack and you'll be good. Otherwise, you're just gonna be sitting there a while. But we get some treasure, and I'm pretty sure you could have done this as a child. I just elected to wait until now. We can grab a purple rupee. Very nice. Do appreciate that. Did we pick up the adult's wallet, by the way? Like, the giant's wallet, I should say, because I'm a little worried that I might not have. But if we approach, we get a crash course in L-targeting, to always look in the proper direction so that we can adjust our view looking down corridors. That way, we won't be ambushed. Great. We have the introduction of a new type of enemy, and they come in the form of moblins. And these guys are scary as hell, but if there's anything they hate, it's getting hookshotted in the back. And luckily for us, we can completely bypass all of these assholes with the help of Pierre. Beautiful. So for some reason, I can't L-target onto him, but I do appreciate it, buddy, and I will make sure to repay you in kind. So if you get caught in their line of sight, they will bum rush you and combo you into oblivion. It's very annoying, actually, but I do take great solace in hooking them in the face, and they don't like that very much. Sometimes the shoulders, other times the Achilles heel, but you can avoid them and instead contend with something even more scary. Wait a minute, hold on. Hold the phone. There was another. Yes, I thought you were here. Okay, good. I almost forgot to grab this bad boy. I thought you were a child Skulltula, but I'm glad I heard that. So was there not a second one around here? This one doesn't have two in this room, I hope. Okay, well, just to be on the safe side, I don't think they patrolled this corridor, but nope, they clearly do. All right, let's not be silly now, Mr. Cruz. So, right up here, we've got ourselves a Club Moblin, and they don't take very kindly to us, but luckily, their attacks can't quite reach here, and mine can. And if we're lucky, cool. The bomb shoot can just miss. There we go. I think we just need the two. Thank you. And that way you don't have to worry. Oh, we need a third. Well, all right then, if you insist. It's very rare that we ever get to use bomb chews to murder things, but luckily it just goes ahead and falls over and dies, just like that. Oh good, and I did get the giant's wallet. But welcome back to Saria's hiding spot. The flow of time is always cruel. Its speed seems different for each person, but no one can change it. A thing that doesn't change with time is a memory of younger days. In order to come back here again, play the Minuet of Forest. There goes my eyesight again. Fantastic. I just got done recovering from LASIK. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us here in The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. My name is Ellison, and next time we are going to enter the Forest Temple, which is only accessible by way of hookshot, and this hookshotable tree, which is great. By the way, if you really want to, you can play the Song of Storms in that corner, and that'll make a nice little grotto up here, but I don't think there's even a chest in there, so I'm not going to worry much about that. Take care, everyone, and I hope to see you next time, because this place is a doozy, but I do appreciate it a lot. The Forest Temple, man. See you guys then.